just the mood I'm in. Sort of decompressing. Working on the re-entry. It is a little difficult. Okay, let me tell you about a few things that happened at camp. This is, right now it's Monday afternoon about 2 o'clock, the 22nd? Thanks to Karina's calendar. I can look it up. It's the 22nd. And, you know, sorry I couldn't get many, being removed from, like, the internet and phones barely working and everything was just unbelievable. As you probably, we're going to get a lot more stuff out about what all happened. But I figured I'd start working backwards with what happened after camp, what happened after everybody left on Sunday afternoon. By about noon, almost everybody was gone. And had to really deal with re-entering the real world. And I think a lot of people are probably having a little trouble with it today. I know when I was driving back, Karina was in the car, and we're heading over Highway 17, coming through the Santa Cruz Mountains again. Just beautiful, peaceful drive. I'm on this highway going about 35 miles an hour, and wondering why everybody's going so fast. They're flying by me at 60, and I'd look down and say, 35. I should probably pick it up a little bit. I was just in, anyhow, different zone. And the Quaker Center, first of all, I hope you've seen some of the videos of it. We will get a lot more videos and pictures coming up in the very near future. Anyhow, as everybody left, it took a long time for everybody to leave, because each time somebody left, they had to go around and hug the whole group. So when there were still like 15 of us there, it would take about 10 minutes. By the time there were 12, it would take about 10 minutes for the next one to leave. Then there were 9, and it would still take 10 minutes. Anyway, it was a very, very gradual weaning of life in Ben Lomond. And then there were about 6 or 7 of us left there, and we went, a few of them started wandering off to the Labyrinth, which is a little, you know, peaceful meditation kind of area there. You can look up if you don't know much about labyrinths. Anyhow, and I thought, oh, you know what, I don't really have anything else to do this afternoon. I mean, we had no plans. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna tag along and head out there. Maybe I'll just drop in and come back and get all the loose ends tied up. So who went out there first? Rebecca, Vanessa, Sandy, my sister Ann. Oh no, Sandy went along later. Anyway, eventually Karina and her son Alex and I tagged along. So there ended up being, I guess, about 7 of us up there. And everybody just sort of sat on benches, and we sat there for about an hour and a half, just kind of staring off into space, trying to process some of the things that had just happened this weekend. Sorry for rambling. I'm still kind of in a fairly dazed state here. Anyway, the coming back, what I was going to say about the drive back was, as we're driving back through the mountains, we finally get a glimpse of, like, we really get close to home. We're looking at Lexington Reservoir and places I am all the time. And I got this feeling like I have been away for a really long time. I'm thinking, you know, it felt like 6 months and I'd been to the moon and back or something. It was just so weird to look at these mountains that I'm in all the time, thinking, I don't remember when the last time I saw these was, because so much happened between Wednesday and Sunday. So it was a very, very weird thing. And of course there was very little sleep going on. So I finally we ended up having dinner. It was great. There were like 11 of us, kind of the staff, family, and friends had dinner at Rebecca's restaurant. This was very cool. So we had our daughter Rebecca waiting on us at Willow Street Pizza here in Los Gatos last night, and then turned in about 11. And by the time, you know, you probably know I'm usually a pretty early riser. So 4:30 rolled around. I look at the clock and I think, okay, I'm gonna try to get up. And I roll around to another part of the house, to the outside bedroom. I think, okay, well, maybe I better just take a little nap first. And then about 6:30, I wake up again out there and I think, okay, you know what? I better try to get back to work. So I made it all the way into the house and all the way to the couch and fell asleep for like about another hour. So about 7:30, I think, okay, this is it. I'm getting up. So I decided, I went back into the bedroom to like round up, I don't know what, or something or other, and decided, I'm just going to lay down for a second. Got back under the covers, and about finally 9 o'clock rolled around, and I felt like I was ready to face the day. That is like 4 hours longer than I've probably slept, 4 hours later, maybe 3, than I have slept in years. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, okay, what else was I going to tell you? Look at this. Wiley, thanks a million. Wiley put together kind of a rush order for t-shirts, Totally Guitars, International Guitar Camp. And that was great. Everybody, we have had some other cool souvenirs. I'll break these out over the next few reports, because what I'm going to try to do is almost do like a daily report of some of the stuff that happened each day. And I figured I'd start with the end, because I'm still like I'm not really sure where I am or what the heck is going on here. So, but we will be getting lots of pictures up pretty soon, and probably some short little videos. Tell you more about that a little bit later too. It'll all come out in the stories soon to come. So let's see, there was one more thing I was going to tell you. Well, as you know, your regular programming was heavily interrupted last week because lack of lessons, and no point in having a news thing because there was nothing I really had to tell you. Hopefully this week we'll get back on board and maybe have, at least by next week, we'll be on our regular schedule and get out some new stuff. But that was it. I just want to talk about what's going on here today, and really thank everybody for coming out. Our guest instructors, Doug Young and Dave Nachmanoff, were just unbelievable, and really the contributions of all of everybody that came was spectacular. And part of what made a huge part of what made the event was the people that were there. So we're kind of in the planning stages for next year, and hope that a lot of you will think about. The trucks are on the street. Hopefully they're not stopping here. Yes, they are. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll tell you more. Maybe even later today. I'll get to a little daily update. I think last time I cut it off Wednesday night of when I went to bed, and Dave showed up, and I found out that Dave led the midnight jam that night until about 4 o'clock in the morning. There were a lot of 4 o'clock in the morning curfews. So anyway, more of that coming up later. And that's it. Camp news for today. The re-entry problems.